Hey everybody, Rob from MTB Michigan. It is May 25th. Today is 1 day shy of 7 months since I crashed and spiral fractured my ankle and had to have all the surgeries, etc., etc. And it's been a long road. Coronavirus got in the way of that. Unfortunately, what happened in coronavirus time is I deal with medical oxygen, so I was kept working. And the flip side of that is my physical therapist had very limited hours. And I wasn't able to get there. Also, to make matters worse, I had a gym just open up by my house, and I was trying to keep physically active during that time. Gym opened in March and closed in March, so I really have been real limited. I did try to put a bike on a trainer. Both my surgeon and my physical therapist are very strongly recommended that during this time, what I do is keep pedaling. To build all the stabilization muscles around my ankle, because it's a low impact, if provided I do it right, it's a low impact recovery that does a lot of good for my ankle in this time. The flip side to that was, thanks to coronavirus, I had a very hard time. You couldn't go to your local bike shop. You know, trying to order something online. Had a very hard time finding a through axle to put a bike on a trainer. Literally just got my through axle about a week ago, and was finally able to put the bike on the trainer. But that being said, here we are, almost 7 months since the accident, and just wanted to give you a little progress report and a little update on things. And today is kind of an exciting day. It's a day of, I guess, if anything, today is a day of kind of a new beginning, if you will. I don't know how else to say it. It's a day where I'm, doing something different. With some discussion with my wife, to kind of gauge where she was at, and having to do a lot of deep dive into who I am and what motivates me, etc., and a lot of different things in my life. We came to the conclusion together that I'm here. We came to the conclusion together that today would be a good day to go and try and actually pedal and see what happens. But like I said, it's a kind of a day of new beginnings. It's a completely different world for me. I'm out of my element. I'm actually kind of scared because I'm here, and I'm doing something I don't really know much about anymore. And so that's where we start today.
Because what could get more cool than a fat pastor on a mountain bike, really? No, if you can't tell, something's a little different. I'm on a gravel bike today. It's literally a first for me. Totally a fish out of water. But see, neither my wife nor I, at this point in my recovery, are comfortable with me out in the woods. the 2 months out because of coronavirus, where I couldn't have physical therapy. I lost gym access, and I couldn't pedal on a stationary bike to build these muscles in my ankle. I'm way behind. So neither of us at this point are comfortable with me being in the dirt. And honestly, there's some stuff that I have to think about. Physically, I just have to really focus on building muscles, keeping steady heart rates, cardio, quality cardio. And I was even thinking about that last year, where I had started to really see some quality improvement, losing weight and the like. Physically, I have to build a new base. I'm basically starting from ground zero again. Hello, you too. Basically starting from ground zero right now. So it's kind of a weird feeling. This is my 4th big injury on a bike. So I'm not really unfamiliar with recovering, but this one, has been pretty hard, just with the complications due to the pandemic. So, and I have some people that are really not comfortable with me riding a bike ever again, and that forced me to take a deep dive into myself and think about a lot of things. Hello. And in thinking about a lot of things, it's first question, what prompts me to go and do crazy things? Honestly, I just love it. I love that. But at the same time, I'm 50 years old now. I've given up other aspects of this sport, and maybe, just maybe, at 50 years old, I'm a grown-up enough to say, maybe finding back road trails, or back unmarked trails, no trails at all, finding places to bomb off of, private stuff, free ride stuff. Maybe it's just time to hang that portion of it up. And at the same time, physically, again, with my surgeon and my physical therapist's recommendation, this is low impact on the ankle, but builds a lot of strength on it. So with their recommendation, maybe I change a little of what I do. And I'm okay with that. It's one of those things I'm just not ready to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I was born on a bike. I love to ride. But in all honesty, when those recommendations happened, I literally sold every bike except this one in a day. Just to make sure that this wasn't an idol in my life and the like. This could be a bad idea. Ooh, he's got something going on with his wing there. I had to take a look at some things about myself, that patterns of behavior that happened when I was a kid. And I had gone through all the motion of forgiving people and stuff like that, but there were some patterns of defending myself and, having to be heard that I found, I saw where they came from, and they can get in the way of things. So I'm really trying to work on that having to defend myself mentality. So I'm doing that, and spending a lot of time with the Lord, and that's all been good. It's not been easy, but it's all been good. But I get why the physical therapist and the surgeons were all very strong on cycling. I have been walking with my wife here and there when the weather was good. And what I found, hey guys, how you doing? I've been walking with Andrea, and what I found was that the impact of stepping was really hard. And if I walked, a couple miles at a time with her, I was really having a hard time the rest of the day. Whereas if I'm pedaling, I get it. What they were saying, there's no impact. Now, this is the most challenging terrain I've been on. I have ridden around the block, and I've ridden on a trainer. My goal today, honestly, is to ride 10 miles in this bike path. First uphill, first big test. Hi there. As you can see, most of the power was generated with the right leg. But all I can say to that is rah, rah. So